that, and I think it is the most reasonable thing to do. It is going to be interesting if the side Giants
all right,
improve
we get
their attacking side with the lag
yeah,
that
I
we
like
have
both of
seen
these comps.
over there against
I kind of like
because this is a thing
Giants
where
on
they
this
got
map.
themselves, I think, over 4 rounds.
I think this
won
has
it, don't
some
get me wrong,
potential.
but it still is just not enough to me.
The only thing that Giants lacked yesterday when I watched was like fighting A main. They didn't really have anything to fight A main.
Obviously the operator in use. Something that I would like to see a lot. If he comes in with his usual confidence that we have seen at least throughout LCQ, he can be a game changer for the Koi side.
Well, you're really leaning towards Koi, Lothar. What do you think?
I do.
Well, the point of the Jet from that session mate is actually even more important right now. Because
do you think any LCQ team makes it out of groups? Are you including the Chinese teams? Because EDG, I'm pretty confident will be fine. What are you including in that? Also, we need to see who gets through.
Because right now in LCQ, we have 78% win rate on defense for every, like average 78%, which is insane. So attacking on this map right now.
Do you think Fnatic could have a salary issue since they're all so good and highly valued? I don't think so. It depends when they sign their contracts. Depends on a lot of things really. For the negotiation, the good thing that Fnatic have going for them in terms of just the org is the players won't want to be the person that ruins it. Like especially at the moment when they're undefeated. But and also EMEA don't have like the biggest salaries, so I think everyone needs to stay relatively reasonable with that.
Well, Giants, they are just one map away. Most of these players, they've never even been to champions before. Mitch and Tom, it might just be their time to make.
Excluding them, I think they'll struggle. XOZ. I think it'll be hard. I would side with probably not, but
it has to be. It has to be. We're writing a new page in the books, but it's whose name is going to go on top. And after that first performance, it's going to be heartbreaking for Koi being so close to coming back into it, just to let it slip at the end. But you have to say, at one point, that did definitely look like Giants' map was already secured. Rather, that the first map was already secured.
Yeah, but no one gets paid anywhere close to the NA guys. The NA teams are on crazy salaries in comparison. It's but they also kind of make sense in terms of sponsorships, right? In EMEA it's different per countries, etc. Like from where your org is. But in America's so big and it's just states, so the kind of sponsorships actually make sense to an extent, so they kind of can get paid more. So in that sense it kind of makes sense, but it's still in my mind a little bit inflated. Or at least, if they're getting paid this much, they should be doing maybe more content stuff, which is honestly starting to happen when I like look at energy, etc. Okay, either way, we hide in the smoke, wait for the flash. The flash misses, and they think that it's clear, but they put the alarm bot down. Do they want to wait a little bit and re-smoke this? Who have we got? Who else is our smoker? Do we want to rhyme? You got another one for us? No? Okay. That's so funny.
But they're sort of out of position. Caught off by the timing, they might have to go for the retake.
Yeah, just they were basically looking to try and put that alarm bot down as a, okay, if they rotate back, instead it's going to be 4-5-V-5. Cloud, he's dodged that one.
This guy's like from a movie or something. How do you dodge this? Got a double? Got a triple. Well, that'll do it. Big thing that we're seeing on the most recent poll, we were starting to see it a little bit at the end of Tokyo. Teams fighting in this area once they plant. This has become the new plant. When you're looking over at like Icebox and some of these other maps, like the meta eventually evolved in terms of where you were planting around the map, and we're starting to see it on this one. We used to have the default plant, then we used to have the plant in the middle. Now we've got this extra additional plant where they fight at the back here, and yeah, it works really well, and it's very hard to retake this area. It really is, especially with like this angle that you can spot and having an angle so close.
And that's going to be something that they have to take into consideration.
And a lot of times, people don't have comps that will like an Omen would own this, right? The Omen flash here would be great, but apart from the guy close. What do we go for? Is there an extra rifle here? There should be. Yeah, I think there's a rifle down there. This, no matter what, is great damage.
They are already thinning out the herd. As we see Giants move towards B, there's a few players.
Two people double flash. The double flash actually came in. Oh my god, they turned from the fast flash back into the sky flash. That is deadly.
He might have to flank. He hasn't even got a rifle. Now his opponents are better armed than he is. This is only the second round, Tom, and they're putting up a fight.
They know ledges as well, or at least the rough area. The thing is, none of these players have shields. So this Ghost is
Dude, I kind of wish that we get the replay of the guy that ate the double flash, because he sees the KO flash, he turns away, looks back, and there's just a sky flash that pops. That was so perfect.
Over on that Viper. Now he gets to be that little bit more aggressive.
I don't think we're ever going to get the replay of that, but
I want to give the most credit over onto
that was so
this
good.
roster of Koi. It's not the individuals, it's not even a lot of the Tabai. I suppose it does revolve around synergy. I think they have better flashes than anyone else. Like
sometimes elusive, yeah. I am sometimes. Maybe message and maybe message me.
Everybody screwed, and the timing of it couldn't have been better.
It was doubled up on as well, if I'm not mistaken. Starzo threw one of the bursts.
Message me on like Twitter or something. It'd be interesting to see what you gotta say.
But you know, it did more to the opponents than it did to him. Just ridiculous work from them. That was
okay, in terms of that, great rounds. 2 people pick up the guns as well. Money's out of control. And they got an eco now. Good chance for Koi to get back into this one and just stack up a lot of money stocks. So it's pretty close to his ult, so it's Trex. Trex might be able to get real close to his ult if they keep going for this. Yeah, my Twitter DMs are open now. I clicked the... You don't have to be paying Elon anymore to message me. Didn't realize that was a thing until you lot said.
Asking where he is. He might have showed up this one, even still though. Cloud's managed to trade. Actually, Fatinho's got another. The problem is the HP. They're so desperately low, and well, Fatinho will soon meet his maker. Rifle yet to be retrieved either. And while they're slowly being picked apart. Nuke, as said, he is a legend when it comes to clutches.
Damage would be nice.
But a 1v3 with a Marshall.
You know, if they had no shields,
Jesus,
maybe,
what the hell?
But,
Please
headshots
don't.
on 2 of them needed, and none of them
Alright.
found.
Nice round.
Second round.
Yeah, they'll be happy with that. Nice rounds. They got kind of close to some of these ults again as well. Giants, we now get the fast buy rounds. Not the best start for them after winning the pistol. Not what they were hoping for.
On their map pick is a great sign.
But the brutal thing as well is, we mentioned already, going into that attacking half, you need anything you can get. For both these sides, they've really been...
Which player from last chance qualifier has impressed me the most? In terms of where my expectations were of them, Wolfen. In terms of like how he was playing in the regular season.
But they struggled. And so being able to get a good start and have it
I would say
immediately.
Laz today impressed me as well, considering his season as well. And who do we pick from crew? There's like 3 people from crew. Like Klaus is, yeah, he's like saying Klaus as well. Klaus is very good. So yeah, maybe that's my 3 from each region.
He's the player on this squad though that can go down, I suppose, in the early fights.
Laz on Chamber though, kind of completely different player. I swear, he just dominates games when he's on Chamber.
That they can shift their setup a little more towards this side of A. Great read by Koi to do so, leaving Wolfen holding the angle of double doors. But oh no.
Who do I want to make it to LA personally? I don't care, man. Whoever the best teams are.
They're looking elsewhere while this take comes through on Art. The smoke's pulled back, and the A side theirs. The thing is, they have got Starzo pushed up. If he can keep this control, that could be a serious advantage for them on the way back through.
Yeah, he's got the turret as well, so he'll know that somebody's at least been able to sneak past. But Nuke is so aware. That was the one danger in this round. Now everything from here onwards should
3v5 retake.
Sailing, but
good plant.
It is Koi in a 3v5.
Now this double peek coming in on the backside for Fatinho seems to be dangerous, but it's not too much.
Wait, did it drag the body? What the hell?
Cleaning up the first, buying time for the second fight to go down, and the save is already called. Cole Demento wants nothing to do with this duel. I do think, you know, the beginning of this, moving towards the A side, breaking through Art, getting no contact. Early on in the round, we saw that flash come out of Starzo outside of A main, and I have to wonder if they realized that because there's no utility to even slow them down to grab information, that Sky
right, strong rounds.
On the back of side,
Money. Let's do a little check.
Was, you know,
Armor rebuy. That's it. 3,000.
Out of pocket.
Yep.
Or was sat in exactly that position. And
pretty perfect to bounce back into this one. Wolfen keeps his off.
There was a player there, but it certainly
it's going to take a while to break the sequence.
The other issue as well is right now you're seeing Trex and Starzo on opposite sides of the map, so that you get that cycled utility of information, and then you can gamble. Well, with Trex dying instantly, you don't have that on one side of the map anymore.
Who are the best teams then? Let's find out.
Because he needs to try and find some info. But
that's why we're here. That's why we're watching, to find out who the best teams are to make it.
Later in the round. So I wonder if he's going to have to be a little bit more tentative. And in fact, already they're swapping things up.
Super close to a lot of ults.
Control being fought for alongside him and Shados.
Flash goes in over towards A, doesn't see anyone.
Like they go, okay, you want to keep throwing this.
Knife goes in over towards B, doesn't hit
super
anyone.
Passive for the first, say, 15 seconds of the round.
It's a good thing too. They went for some control over A. That flash that's
Audio
normally
listeners,
just being used for information
2-2
is
for the
now
audio
being
listeners.
used to buy the space for Wolfen to post up with the operator. He's just fired off, and they know exactly where he is now, where that op is. They'll try to fight their way through Art, taking advantage of the lack of space that they're now going to have late into the round on A long, unaware.
It's a nice reactive smoke.
We've already seen the rotation of Wolfen. He's moving back towards the back of the site. And they are calling for rotations. There's a gentle shift towards the A site.
Dog goes out over towards A, clears a lot. This is huge right now. Clears all at A with 50 seconds left. No one here. Flash goes even deeper. They clear all of this with the util. That's a heavy rotate coming in right now. They're so fine. They even just leave Jet. Jet takes this and they just have 4 people ready to be over towards B. This is nice. Very good from Koi at the moment. Shout out to Stark, so his util's good here. They do go back over towards A. We've got a lurk over towards this, but they hold on to this so they have non-stop crossfire as long as Wolfen doesn't go down.
With Wolfen still deep behind.
Nuki is miles behind. You know, he's going to be coming down A long very late into the round. They're hoping Wolfen won't do something
oh
like
my
that,
goodness.
get aggressive and cause problems. 10 seconds or thereabouts left. They've got to get the spike on the floor.
I mean, yeah,
There's
sure.
just too many players on the other side. Nuki is in spawn. All alone, it's Hoodie.
Well,
He holds on as
we just go to the guy who's literally in spawn right now.
We go 3-2.
This looks a bit foolish, but honestly, they were wanting to go for the B hit. Well, they were going for the B hit. He was over towards B main. If they got the plant down, obviously, it would have looked a little bit, better.
This is ridiculous. To dash forward, but the whole plan there is almost just to act as a distraction. Like, okay, they've got little time. I found the kill. I can throw this smoke down. And then for Starzo, well, no one's looking for Starzo at that point. They're looking for the maniac
for
who's
Giants.
into a smoke on site.
I mean, if I'm looking at this a lot as well, I think Giants could really benefit from just hold, like once they take A main, which they've been successful at doing, just holding someone there. I think that would really help. Like, honestly, they could just put the Astra there. He could still do the stars across the map, and then he just gets hit by the flashes all the time.
I think right now it's basically just being throwing out those A-long aggression. That's pretty much it. You know, for them, in terms of taking risks, I guess peeking double doors, that's an information.
Were the Pacific games good? Man, I loved watching the Zeta games today.
Feels like they've certainly got a
I thought they were great.
right hook that's going to come out eventually.
It is very
the Gen G games are weird because they're just they're either just incredibly good or pretty bad. I was going to say incredibly bad, but it sounds brutal.
The exact same thing with KC. It was almost just running straight in towards that A site again and again. And by the looks of it, they are not breaking that trend. The problem, though, is, well, on the other side of things, Koi have gone, they're probably going to break that trend. Yeah.
Okay, let's see if they do what I want them to do. Maybe they just do like more of a hit here, but that's fine. They get hit by the knife. Now do they want to, with that info, go all the way back? We'll see. Hoodie gets his ult. They at least hold people here, and honestly, this flash is going to go in and they don't know numbers once it hits. But the problem is it hasn't been hitting anyone in the past, so...
It's literally the exact opposite side. He couldn't be further away from where he just fired off a shot 20 seconds ago. These players, I mean, I wouldn't even blame them if they go dry swinging into this angle.
Yeah, I think also just this push might have been completely delayed by a single knife from Trex. As they're running down towards that A site, 3 players get hit by it. Without the smokes available, it looks
this is the flash that I was talking about. They knife and they flash this, but it only hit one, but it also hit the sky. Like, do you really fake with a sky? I mean, honestly, if you had a Sova, you might fake with the sky, yeah. Seekers go in, all of them go over towards A, 4 people here. Oh, this is still a nightmare for Giants. What's the hit like?
Stars down across the site. Cloud bursts as they dive
on
through. Stars blinded up.
Oh my god. How's he alive?
Still alive, but not for long. A flash over from Trex, but the players are tucked away, they're hidden, and then they're not blind when he swings. This is going perfectly for Giants. And the thorn in the side won't be Wolfen this time. Plant down, the time no longer against them. The Giants have done enough to get out with this one, unless Gold and Menta.
Oh man. How did the... Yeah, I honestly wasn't expecting any of that.
And I think we might just have another safe call. Maybe not. He's moving forward. He's looking for it. Take the op.
Ooh, they've got some bonus credits, but he now has a bonus bullet.
What the hell was that? Okay, nicely done from
By
Giants.
the looks of it, but it came down to the wire.
That's so
I'd
funny,
say
bro.
One of the most audacious
What was
positions
that?
I've ever seen from a player was where Starzo was sat. just on default, just basically trying to delay them at that point. And that's the thing, like, throughout this round, Koi pretty much had all the information. You had both of your initiators on the right side. You had the operator in the right place at the right time. They'd got the knife coming through from Trex, finding them players each time. And even still,
Money's pretty low for Koi.
Giants
A lot of
managed
ults
to run
here.
into that site and find
Oh,
every
they're
single
miles
duel
away
going
from
in that
ults, by the
favor.
way.
I feel like Koi
Koi.
have got to be a little bit frustrated with that one because up until that last 20 seconds, I feel like they did everything right.
Astra's a little bit close, but it's a big ult diff at the moment for Giants. And in terms of the money, they really want to just use all of these ults or as many as they need to try and break the econ here. So massive round for Giants to actually start getting a big lead. I say big lead.
Unless they played the Blade Storm. Look at the shots. The spams coming in from his teammate. Wolfen has a bait setup, but he's being caught by the drone. Ever vigilant. Giants are even able to pick up his support.
That was nice.
As he went dashing
Got a
out
heal
there.
out as well. That's a big
Another
duel.
is
Astra
called
v
up.
Astra.
Tries
Damn.
to relocate. They've been very shy on B long, and well, there's
With the ult in as well, everyone's going through. This flash will be nice to see if anyone's in front of it. There we go. We know that someone's in front of it. Recon scans as well. Yeah, gotta get out of there.
Nuke behind. What can Wolfen get? Absolutely nothing.
Yeah, that's a few times. It's a few times in the space of 2 rounds.
A lot of these duels over the last few rounds. That entry into mid Sublime. So prepared for there to be a second
Another
player.
one.
The second you see that dash from Wolfen,
Another save. Another round where they need to rebuy 1 armor. 5
And
alive.
with Trex gone, a round looking more than done.
Devastating.
Shados, they pulled off
Yeah,
ridiculous
and
rounds,
in
but
terms of this
unless
one,
have
they
some
do
sort of
need to eco, but if they
teleportation
save
hacks,
both of these
I
guns,
think they're going to be taking home this one. Giants already
let's think.
pushing up to 4, and I have to premise this again.
I think it's
From what
this.
we've seen
I'm actually not sure if it's 2 in a row. I think it's 2 in a row.
Have heavily favored their defense.
So, obviously, this is for these guys that are dead, and then you would get 1,000 on... Why did I write them next to the names?
The start of that round as well.
It's 1,000 for the people surviving. So,
nice.
in terms of the people
such a big
dying,
fan
they get
of
2-4 on top, so they
having
could
any
buy,
player, right?
if they wanted to,
Pushed up,
Wolfen
you're
maybe a little
spamming
bit
the
wrecked.
wall, you're baiting for them. You're getting towards the end of your magazine. Whoever's close on that corner just thinks, I can get him. I can catch him.
I think they might try and
unaware."
squeeze out a buy here.
But
One
the fact
person
that
takes
they
a hit.
decide to throw through that drone. The dash went down seconds before that.
Through the
Vitinho's able to
legs.
swing in, catching Trex, falling back.
Yeah, that's a big
really
round.
unfortunate duel for Wolfen. As I said,
Yeah,
that's
that's
the
actually
Blade
very
Storm
true.
and
Osti,
the
he had
ult
his
gone. Like,
he had
that
his
is a
knives into
massive
that. I
blow
think if he didn't
to
use
that
his
side.
knives
Just
there,
they could've
he
helped him out. Even imagine in this round. Wolfen
yeah, I
drops
think
the
you're right.
rifle,
If he didn't have
plays
knives
his
there,
Blade Storm, it's a wholly more healthy
he would be using
buy.
knives into this, and maybe it's a buy round.
But he can still get the work done this time. 2 rifles, 2 pistols, and a stinger is what Koi brings.
Oh, this is a different change of pace from Giants to straight up B rush.
Well, and we start to see them properly putting
The
pressure
overwhelm
on
with
that
the
B-side.
dog
Success in the
and
last round, Wolfen,
the
one of the only
Sova
players
is
with a
pretty
gun.
legit.
Trex is already going to go down in response to that initial kill. There is that singular smoke. We've mentioned it many a time. The changes to this map that make the take quite a bit more awkward. Now, the afterplants are still filthy, but it's much more difficult to get in. And with 3 players already rotated over, I think a multitude of them
They
spotted.
ut sound.
Giants are just going to grind to a halt, and there's only
Yeah,
gonna
and
be
they're
so many
trying to hide
times
from
that
a flash if a flash went over towards here.
Coldamenta can buy time
But as
with
we
these
can
smokes.
see,
in fact, he is out.
Sky is over towards here, and I doubt. Maybe it's doable, but it would have to be the best flash ever.
The round. Looking at Rhyme. Get on up, it's B-side time. Shados already taking down Vitinho. Good response from Koi. And they can bide their time while the supportive utility makes its way
Man,
to
look
side.
at him taking
Another
in
flash of
tons.
swing. And even though they're not blind, the fights are going their way.
Okay, that's
Very
a
nicely done by Koi.
that's a good
Even with the
recovery round from
weaknesses, they
Wolfen.
make it work.
Makes up for the few of the
Kings
shots that
of
we've seen.
Koi once again caused the collapse of those opponents on the side of Giants. Like, I don't know how they managed
Pick
to
up
do so much
some.
with so
I mean,
little. It was just
they
a
had
couple
2
of
guns going
rifles.
into this anyway. I
Again,
think
you
it was
saw
either 2 or 1. I can't remember.
patience
So
from
maybe
Giants
they get
look good.
one upgrade.
They wait for the smokes to fade. They get the entry. They even get the reveal on all of the players being there. But Shados, once
I mean, yeah,
again,
it would have just been 2
shuts
anyway,
them
right?
down on the way back through, combining with Wolfen, who I'm genuinely blown away by the difference he's been. Like, you're talking about a regular season stats of 190 ACS and averaging so far throughout this tournament 290. Like, that's just a ridiculous turnaround when that's his jet play specifically.
I'll say as well, we are seeing, I will say, every team across the board, maybe with respect to Na'Vi, playing a better game than they've played so far. So pulling off those
my,
stats is
that's
impressive, but Vitinho, he's
it's a mouse bug.
chasing him in this series, in this map certainly. Off to a flying start. And this, well, flank is
That's pretty devastating.
Vitinho's one of those players who...
No one hears this at all.
He doesn't have
He's got another one.
particularly low lows, but
He has enough of them as this as well.
Well, that can be the 30+ kills
Walking as
versus
well,
an
so he's going to
opposition
hear
as
it.
good as NRG, so
Yeah, one more.
it's
No one
always
hears it.
scary. Wolfen is bypassing
he hear
all
it?
of these trips, but Nukia, is he going to expect it? It seems like he's well aware, but it
I
doesn't
think
matter.
this guy might have heard that.
Again, the Bulgarian has bulldozed another opponent. It just depends how much they really want to go for here. 3 rifles could be sacrificed, and to the god of Vitinho, another will fall. Cardamenta a little bit further behind, and they know exactly where Wolfen is. They didn't know that he was here, but it doesn't matter. Hoodie waiting, lurking behind, and now Wolfen has no choice.
Yeah, it's tough. Good spot
This
for
keeps
Hoodie
on
hiding
happening.
away, but
Where
can't help but think
it's
the
like
round was already gone
literally
at that
every
point.
other round, Giants will just do this thing where they just win
Question is if
real
Wolfen gets
heavy,
away
real
with this rifle.
convincing, and the money gets a
Towards
little
the
bit wrecked
spawn,
from
it doesn't
Koi.
look
They
like
can't.
anyone's capable
I
of
mean,
catching them unless
they
the
got
knife
infinite
comes out
money
right
now.
about
Pretty much
now.
it's fine for the rest of this half.
And so we close it out just like that. The lead sits with Giants for now. 1 round up. But it's been a back and forth battle.
Feels like they're
Koi not
winning
happy
all the
with
buy
losing
rounds,
lead.
but
They'll
then the
call for
ecos they're
time
getting a
out
little bit
now.
wrecked.
No, as said, like this is already looking like a much better performance. I think it was 9 rounds on defense last time for Giants, and they struggled to get things over the line.
Transfer
Closing
window,
it out
yeah.
14-11.
After the champs, you're gonna see
This time
roster
already
mania.
5 on the attacker side, and with a few more potentially on the cards, they could be steamrolling
not a
their
chance,
way
Joy.
to champions. First class ticket. And going the easy route. That's the thing. Because every single time, last
Do
time
you think
out for
Giants
Japan,
play the
they were in that
simplest
lower
Valorant
bracket.
and have
It
good
was 1 win
fundamentals?
away, but the second they lost, they were out. You get
They-
it through in that upper,
They definitely have the
even
better
though from the UK
fundamentals out of these
yesterday,
two
it's
teams in my
like,
mind.
once you lose a game, you start to sweat. At
I
this
don't know if it's
stage,
too
you
simple.
still have
They
that
kind of play a little
rationale,
bit differently
knowing
to a
there's
lot of
still another
others.
opportunity, but it's always so much
At least
better
on this
if you
map.
can take it first time.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, that lower bracket, I very much agree with what we heard from Nuki, that you can't think about it until you're there. It doesn't exist.
And then that's all you can think
That's
about.
all, exactly. It's all consuming. And looking at the squads down there, I mean, a new lease of life on a team like KC.
The other thing as well is the lower bracket Na'Vi. It's always been better. How much better, I don't know. It needs to be a lot better than what we saw
That's
yesterday.
the thing. We came in yesterday, we're like, they're not going to play the same. They might have
No.
played worse. So, you know, we weren't wrong, but it's got to be swinging in the other direction.
Hey, we're
this
never
time
wrong
around.
twice, right?
Well, jamais deux, sans trois.
Oh my goodness, with the flash behind. Hey, that was actually kind of nice.
Tech side for Giants.
This A main
back
takes pretty
underway.
good.
They picked up the pace as well. Like, that's the thing. A lot of these rounds have been slow, methodical. Leaving Nukia behind again. They've got all that information. Wolfen looking to get right up in their faces. The gloves are off in this round for him, and he doesn't have any support. His teammates probably further away than he would have liked. Even still, though, Giants
Silver
constantly
drone.
putting the doubt
Skydog.
in the minds of their opposition by just waiting. Just
Both of them
watching
over here.
to see if
That's the
anybody
drone.
comes out
Now the
after
dog
an
on top of
initial
it.
shot not
The
connected. Wolfen has to
how can you
retreat.
deal with all
No
that,
dash
especially when the
available, so
dog's
he's just
tagged
spamming
Sky
utility to get
drone
out
has
of
tagged
there.
you.
Yeah, the standard
Sorry, the
updraft play from
silver
Jet,
drone has tagged you.
scared of
Damn, he
being
didn't have to push
down.
through that. He
Good
got
response
2?
from Ryan. Wolfen, though, drops him.
No
That's
way, they
why he got
lined
aboard.
up for that. He
No more
got
smokes
2.
to block off these angles. They've got to fight it out in the open.
Cloud has his
The
ult,
plan,
but
outfitted
he's gone
Cloud,
for the
trying to
biggest
make his way
play
in
of the
behind them. He
century,
hasn't been
and he is
detected.
behind them all.
Timing here is key. The rest of the squad can
He has
cause some
absolutely owned them.
distraction. The flash was perfect, and Cloud picks them apart from
Holy,
behind.
nicely done on that one. Heard a lot of footsteps going when they started to run here as well, and they just didn't expect that someone was going to disrespect their own
Weaseling
smoke.
his way in behind. Cloud has got them it.
Little victory
They
sip.
did the perfect timing just to get back round on that flank, and you can see the initial setup didn't seem bad. I don't know how Ryan manages to get 2 through that. That's got to be infuriating.
Yeah, the
With all
lineup
3
on that was
players
just...
patiently looking to make
Sometimes
their
it's
way
like
back
that.
through.
Zarb94 with the Prime. Thank you so much, Zarb. Appreciate you with the 2 months. Thank you for that.
As we've said already,
Thanks for
6 rounds to
using
the
a
good on
Prime
their
with me, dude.
attack.
Appreciate that.
Unless Koi have been in the
Zarb
workshop over the
94.
last day or so, this could be looking pretty bleak for them. Again, the same
Oh,
A control
only
being
one
fought
person
for
shot though,
Nuclear.
so he doesn't know there's
Being
3 here.
pressured on the other side, this might force them into that A take, but instead, no. Not wanting to risk it.
This is, I mean, if Nukia fell back, he might even be
One
dead.
jeweled, 2 ran away.
Instead, he's pushing forward.
Now
here
they're
for
all
the jet
dueling.
play, but a
You want to give
headshot
him another
midair,
1-1?
sniping him out of the sky. Nukia, he's just crushed the main hope of this round for a squad like Koi. They're miles behind, and the info's very much had. And good night to Starzone, nice try. You have to try to do something, I guess.
Yeah, that's the other thing. It's like that kill actually getting him the neural theft. Just the rest of the team are like, oh, they're
Saw
all
some
trying to kill
double
Nuclear
drone
right
on
now.
this map. It looks like a
I think we'll
nightmare to
just
play
go the other
against.
way. Good luck,
Definitely
buddy,
prefer
and
it to the
he
no
came
drone
out
that
with
I've
just a
seen
lick
some
of
teams
damage,
run.
barely
I'll say
lost
that
any
much.
HP. Obviously, cost at this stage doesn't really hold any value. You're talking about Nuclear.
Yeah, honestly, I'm kind of a fan. I even liked the I even like double drone on bind is kind of nice as well. I think this is a good map for it as well.
The whole team surround this site. I don't think
Does mean that the KO becomes a little bit stronger against it, but
No, you would be a little
they're kind of
insane
using
if
the
you
knife
were
early to get info
different mind.
over towards B or A,
Unfortunately,
whereas
and now they're
I feel like
focusing in on taking it. Hello?
Stoxo can just get info and they should be using this
Well,
to
he's
shut
managed to
down
get
the kind
kill
of
and a
drones.
rifle out of it. You know, he wasn't going to go down, I guess, to the spikes, so that's about the best case scenario. Pick up the rifle.
Yeah, it could have been a much worse case scenario. Where
Yeah, I
he
wanted
doesn't
Sova
have
for a
any
long time
internal
on this map. I think it's so good.
Yeah, a little bit of a risk taken by Trex, but he saved his stats and a gun, so
Yeah,
I
you're
guess
right.
that's something a little bit extra for the next round. Nonetheless, 7 rounds on the attack
7?
side of Giants. They are looking like they've got a new lease of life on this half, and 13 and 5 for Fatinho. We've mentioned it before that qualifying to these international
Flash goes
events
in, A main
not
control.
been
He got a
something
lot
he's
of
been
ults
able
for
to
this as
achieve
well.
other
They
than the one he
popped
was
the
gifted
ult.
a
I mean, this guy
ticket
can just
by joining
run
staying
real
on
fast
this
with it, I guess, and they get a lot of map
But he's
control.
definitely looking to earn it this time around.
But surely if you're Giants, you just shoot these and you just take back some map
Seekers have
control.
given a lot. A ton of information and a ton of space to push up on A. 4-man at the start of the round. They gained a lot of space and a lot of control. Problem is, if that spike goes down on B, it's a little harder to get right back in there. They got the Cosmic Divide, though. Over on the side of Giants, that could even get them in. But without Nukia, their back's going to be open. Cosmic Divide used on the back
Astra
of that.
ult. This is the 3rd time I've seen them have an
I think at this
Astra ult and
point-
do the same
okay,
round.
No, actually, up top, I didn't realize Trex was going through the wall. He wanted to take the fight. Maybe we'll see a pop flash through.
Twice in this game,
once
once.
that plan begins.
Yeah, they've got the advantage. They've got the lockdown, but a potential counter for Cloud as well. And even just him getting back.
Shaders
into
can
a
just
post
ult,
plant
and then
could
they
be
can
pretty
Astra
awkward.
ult
He
it.
sat all the way back, just waiting to try and take this one out.
So ult from this angle, that's pretty cool. I liked it. Combo goes down. They need to go fast. They know the server's not here.
More prominent for the side of Giants, but they're now tagged up. Stuck in that corner, sat back as Shados just looks to run his way through. A jumping shorty as well for Trex.
Okay, this is nicely done. I like the idea from Giants, but it's as soon as he did the ult to break the ult, there was like 3 on 5 on site. They had to do like a miracle.
That's the thing, 7-5, you know, thinking about the previous map of Haven. It's pretty much where we ended up. Giants even took the pistol, leapt into the lead, and then things fell apart. The difference here being it's Pearl on their defensive side, and it's their map choice. So a lot more signs pointing to this being a close to the series, as opposed to us pushing all the way to Ascent. Big battle ahead of Koi. Another upstream swim. And it's been tough, man. I think there's been a lot of these rounds for Giants where previously Koi were at this
How am I
stage,
doing,
5
Sam?
rounds,
Good,
it was
man.
really, really
How
close
you doing,
punches.
shoot?
They really found their identity, but it's just the half swap is what takes
Well, I
away
used the
my
server ult early is
belief.
to break the Killjoy ult.
Yeah, that's the thing though. I almost feel like that could be utilized as a positive.
And then he
because
wanted to do
a
it
lot of
before
what
they
they've
ran
done on
in
the defensive
while they were
side,
like
am I
lined
sat
up with
there
it.
going like, oh, structurally they had the best defense I've ever seen? No, it was people running through smoke, splashing, and then getting multi-frags.
Yeah.
Does the side of the map matter in that regard.
If anything, it's better on the attack.
Probably. You could go
Why did he plant safe? They were against Astra ult, so it didn't make much difference.
No, of course it's not. But it genuinely does make me believe that there's still a possibility here for Koi, but it does need to show up early. You can't allow these rounds to go back, because the other thing as well is you've just got players popping on the other side. It has been a worldie of a half coming through from Vitinho, especially he's doing this on the attack. Most of the time he is first point of contact.
He's doing alright. He's hanging in there. He has 2 minutes to talk right now, so he can talk about stuff at least.
Very awkward positions. He is playing a worldie of a match right now, and that is someone they're desperately going to need to shut down. And the fact is as well, Nuke so far, his attack in half, quiet. Didn't really have much to do a lot of the time on the leg. He now becomes a pivotal piece in this puzzle, because in the games yesterday, his sight holds were nasty. Now, sure,
how did Dominate one season without coach? What the? Do you mean Sentinels? Everyone else was awful at the game, pretty much, and they just had better players.
They still struggled to kill him. Like, that's another thing altogether. If you say to Nuke, hey, this is your site, don't let anybody on it, he goes, okay, boss.
Like, we were awful.
And if you fail,
we were awful. Fnatic was awful. Who else was there?
Even on Haven, where a lot of the time,
the teams weren't good. The game was so fresh, man. The game was so fresh that everyone was just playing CS and Valorant, and they had the players that were more experienced in CS.
Same position, same approach, or no, a different approach actually from his opponents, and every time, same result. This could be a scary second half. They'll hope to kick it off with a pistol round win.
Also, Shazam was working pretty hard, to be honest with you. So Shazam deserves a lot of credit for that as well.
Quick art push. Everybody needed for aggression is in play.
That's the thing. This has become such a common part. Now that the B site's tougher to take, art seems to be a place where a lot of teams like to pressure right now. Wolfen leading the charge, but the Spike yet to really be committed. They might be looking to try and pincer back through, and actually, is just watching.
Yeah, this is a little bit sleepy.
Ready,
it's hard sometimes. That's the thing. As I've got older, that's the thing that I struggle the most when I play. Like, I play rarely, but like holding and being ready for something for so long, man, that's hard. Reaction time, everything else feels the same, but like holding an angle for a long time, concentration. That's the one. That's where it's hard. I think he did look at the minimap with comms or something. I'm not entirely sure, but 1v2 on this.
Section 1 of the Nuke code has failed. He did hold on to that A site, but the team has fallen. Now, well, it gets to Section B. Whether or not he can clutch this one out, as said, hasn't had a lot to do, and with how isolated these players
hears that.
It does give an
oh my god.
For a 1v1.
Well, he's got a kill here, so it's a 1v1.
Expect him to be this far forward. The first is all but free, but now
low HP?
It's the
he knows his hair. Oi, 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 okay. Fair play. And, man, at 7-5, he made that one look so easy. That was crazy. He made that look like the easiest clutch ever.
Like a game of Splinter Cell. You even see the fact that Coldamenta checks sight, turns around to watch his back, he puts it together. Your buddy isn't back there because you wouldn't have been looking that way. And he only has one spot in his mind for where that player might be. What a read, what a play, and what an execution.
Never in doubt. It's Section B of the Nuke code. If they go in the other direction, he'll clutch the round, and, well,
it's a very low buy. They don't even care about the bonus. It's not too much for the bonus. There's 2 guns here. They just don't want to lose this round. Honestly, on defense, this is definitely the safer option. Just like heavy priority on heavy armor. Just don't. I think when it scores this much, you might as well. Don't need to buy too many rifles on this one. Especially on defense, it's a lot easier for these rifles to get into the wrong hands, right? Because you're more split up.
Into the Stinger. And the full team are going to go walking. Now, they managed to dodge Nuke set up last time around. This time, they are walking straight in.
I mean, they use this camera a lot. I mean, there we go. There's the information on that. You can have a heavy rotate. One person can maybe stay or push. But yeah, they just want to stick together.
Good night to Wolfen. No chance to get damage done.
Poor Coldamenta.
Nasty setup. Paying dividends. The flash, very good for Starzo. Too many targets, though. Way too many players. Good damage done. A chance for his teammates to pick up a little bit more. Good shot to Nukia.
Oh, honestly, he hit that shot, and maybe. No matter what, this is good. Where's the 2 Bulldogs at? That's what they're asking. Where are the 2 Bulldogs at? They only got 1?
This bonus is going to suck, unless they're going to fully buy into this one, which if they do, I think Giants have lost the plot, because they're
Tell you what, that's you should be happy with that eco.
No need to. Unfortunately for them as well.
Very happy with that eco to a degree.
They've got neural theft online, which
is that unfortunate? We already saw the impact of it.
Like I said, the bonus wasn't going to be too great, but with the damage done anyway, it's like
it can work out because you can rotate, you can find empty
what I think is the ideal bonus. Watch Fnatic in terms they have like 4 different ones in terms of protocols. That's what I think is the best. I think they got it down. I think they put the most thought into it out of every team.
Then maybe they'll be in the right place with their pistols.
In terms of just the second round, they got it down. They have different stuff for plant, no plant, defense, attack, etc.
Very strongly worded message. That's what we call it. But yeah, Koi.
They have a literal different buy for if they're on attack and they plant. If they're on attack, they don't plant. If they're on defense, the enemy doesn't plant. And if they're on defense, the enemy does plant. I'm actually not too sure about the attack one with the plant. Maybe I'll take that out of there. Maybe there's 3. I haven't spent the time looking at it properly, but
good pop flashes up his sleeve. There's one of them. Hopefully they've fallen back. And they return their own. I like where that flash went. So now you know there's 2 players here. Alarm bell's kind of ringing that the A site might be the stack up. So they look elsewhere. Shock dart.
ooh, the shock dart was nice.
Another? No, he's back.
Just watch Fnatic is generally good advice. Yeah, I mean they got Mini who's super smart and Anders who they hire a lot of the time. He's got some good thought process on the game. He's a bit of a stat nerd as well, so he has good data to back up some of his stuff. So they've probably thought, and honestly, the team is so complete that they probably have the most time to think about all the little nuances of the game and how it's best to do all that stuff. They need to win this buy round though, and it's not a good plant, and they're playing off site. Oh man, I think they just gotta flash through this and hope this is a smoke. You can flash through it, it's perfect. Oh, is it a fake one?
The flash used, Starzo has no more. And now they're defusing, he's got to swing this, and he's got to do it dry straight into the Sheriff.
Damn, that might be it. That might be the one. Yeah, and the bonus was not good in terms of the guns.
Be surprised to see a timeout after that. The home stretch mounted by Giants on double digits and double their opponent's scoreline.
It's a letter. Thank you so much, man. Good to see you as well.
Somehow Koi are the ones drowning.
Thank you for saying that. It's a letter. Appreciate you, mate.
Right being able to take that one away. You can understand in this case.
Bro, every time they lose a round, Barbar just goes on an absolute speech to himself, pretty much. I mean, he has his analysts listening in as well, but he really just goes in for just the next 15, 20 seconds. But yeah, I mean, I get why he's angry there. So, I mean, they get a good buy, like Nismo's just said as well. It's never over with the jet knives.
Over on that B site, but this is really well telegraphed from Giants. They know where this is going.
Flash up and over.
Flash goes in, gets info. Observers having good fun.
After that pump fake.
3-person stack. Camera spotting everything.
Boy, it's a matter of when. They don't have a ton of information and no posturing towards this B site. They want to take art control first. Oh, maybe they don't. Maybe they absolutely don't. The flash is there.
The little turn of the flash there, that was nice. It's close. There's a...
Maybe slowing down the pace of this take. Those players are
nice. I think with double flash they could add something into that.
Through that connects. This is starting to look like a disaster for the side of Koi. The spike hasn't even made it out of the smoke.
30 seconds left.
Fitinio can do no wrong. 19 kills and Coldamenta's the one looking
Man, they need to win some of these duels. He's killing everyone. He's winning all the duels. We look over to the left, the money's not here. And Giants are super close to making champs. And it's been, honestly, actually, the first map was pretty close in the end. But this one's look kind of easy for them.
The chances of champions doesn't diminish or disappear with a loss here, but it's not going to get any easier. And then the pressure truly is on. And I'll be honest, so far this season, Koi have not looked good under pressure.
That's true. That is true. But coming into LCQ, they've turned it around so much that I believe in their lower bracket run, their potential to push both Spanish orgs into champs. At the end of the day, though, you don't know what form Na'Vi will turn up on. They might get a grip on the steering
Wait, is that
wheel,
in
and
someone
even
else
if they
speak?
don't,
Damn, bro.
they go
I've never
crashing
seen
out of
that.
this tournament. Carmine Core, Carmingo. They've looked unbelievable the last couple of days and getting better and better by the day.
You'll have to break the LCQ.
Is coach allowed to speak to the analyst area? Yeah, so basically they unmute you for timeouts like this, and then when you're muted, you speak to your assistant coach or analyst, etc.
5 rounds in a row were won, and Koi took it to overtime. Even though Barber's been given a moment to talk.
As in, like when you're the coach, so unmute, you speak to team. You get muted, you speak to, as a coach, you speak to your assistant coach.
Although this is going very well, I'm sure Pipson is still.
They got yeah, I mean they force into this. It's kind of all or nothing. They go into this. They got sure. Let's see what they got. They're kind of close to some orbs, so like maybe Stockso can get his orb, get his orb.
It looks like he's not giving his opponents a single shred of doubt that he wants this more than anybody. The Spaniard on a Spanish org, and he is set and ready to meet them as they look to push towards this B site. He is not the man you want to face right now.
2 times in a row, he failed.
That's a lot of damage, actually.
That final game.
And he gets info, just wanted to double check it. He's also baiting in this guy at the back because he's peeking for this one. Do they even check the back? Not today. Okay. There's so many people here. They flood so fast. Look, there's literally just 4 people instantly.
Just a little bit stronger on the hold.
There's no map control, no fakes, no pressure elsewhere, just straight up B. And they just over-rotate, don't get punished at all. Trips are still up. Nicely done. 7 chances. 7 chances to go to champs.
Giants now just 1 away
I mean,
from
this,
locking in
they let the overtime happen on Haven, but this is looked way more dominant than that.
For a while now. Cloud, another that has been so close to those international events, a young star that looks to finally make it. Nuke been there many times before. Rhyme picking up the mantle, coming back from North America, maybe making it there once again. For different
Cloud
reasons.
of champs, yeah, that's nice. Did they qualify by being K-Corp and Koi? Imagine being told that at the beginning of the season, once it was over. That's wild.
Making it there before. But as a 5, a new 5 at that, they are yet to make it. They have 7 attempts to get to champions. The biggest event in Valorant, seemingly getting bigger every single year, taking them all the way to Los Angeles to fight for their region. And Koi, the only thing standing in their way right now.
Astra would not be a great person to lose fast. He's just tucking in. All goes in over towards middle, and all of them go to the same place, so they think they're heavy. Well, I say they think they're heavy art, they are heavy art.
Those Seekers not used last round. We'll get some info, but oh, he waits.
Okay.
He won't hit the shot, not to start with at least, and now the pressure of the utility coming through. It's forced him back. He might just have to bide his time before going for this. Always tempted
This is
to
by
go through
far
those
look like their
smokes.
best
No
round. This
flashes
was nice.
close by to get him out. An operator in hand, not the ideal weapon. That's a kill.
That's nice.
Tracks down the
it's not their
plant
fault.
delay, 25 seconds. And everyone from
Might have
Giants
missed their
now
window to
here
plant.
ready to greet this raiding party.
Feels like they missed their window to plant. All the smokes are
They're
gone.
all coming from the same spot as well. A
20
massive
seconds.
punch through from Giants. One big attack. And they could close this out. The blade storm up top's being caught.
Nice flash from
Coutinho
Spawn.
still
Oh my
alive
goodness,
as he
nice flash
flies
from
up
Spawn. Hoodie.
above, taking 2, trying to punch his own ticket. It's Wolfen that has to stop it here, and he'll only get
Nicely
the
done.
one.
Okay,
Giants
pretty
have done it
convincing,
2
pretty easy.
times the charm for Coutinho
Everyone
as he's
celebrates.
going
Hoodie's got a
away.
defuse.
As the story normally goes,
Nice.
Giants, normally the bad guy in these
Wait,
situations,
none of these have
the
been to
ones
champs
that
before,
are
right?
Toppled by David.
Yeah,
But
none
not
of these
this
have gone to
time.
champs
They will
before.
be the
All new
star of
5
the
players, I
show,
think.
as they will be
Yeah.
making their way through first time to champions. A huge opportunity for them to show themselves, but more so a huge achievement. Coming back
even
as one of the
Pipson.
favorites in this tournament, they do it quick and easy. No stress, no sweat. And I'm sure that
Nuke
even
didn't
Pipson
go
right
to
now
champs.
will have a smile across his face, because
The only
this is
thing
something
that
they
G2
have
went
worked
to
towards.
was
You can see
with
coming back
Nukian
into
was
LCQ,
second
they have
Reykjavik.
made adaptations. They have players playing new roles. They have people switching back to older ones. But the fact is, those changes have all come through this time around.
Berlin. The fast Berlin.
There's still an opportunity. They go through into that lower bracket match
Are they
tomorrow,
the
but
fast
who
Berlin?
they will face, who they'll have to beat, who knows just
Oh,
yet. There's
Masters
still
Berlin.
that next
Chat,
match to
let's
come.
not talk about
It's going to be a
Masters.
devastating loss, but knowing they have another shot at this. They climbed the beanstalk, but they failed to beat the Giants. Came crashing back down on that final map. The first, one hell of a fight. They had us in the first half. Not gonna lie, but now we move on. And I think for Koi, they stand a good chance against whoever they come up against. They've shown us a good fight throughout this whole tournament, but the pressure